This is cool.
Okay, you got insurance in case you break your arm.
Yeah, I got insurance. Welcome to Wrench Fest Garage. Today we got a special treat. Behind me is a 1941 Caterpillar dozer. It's been sitting here for a few years and it's going to be a bit of a challenge because we got a pony motor we got to get running and then the big motor. So hang out and see what happens.
I don't like to let this sit that long, but I'm getting older now and it's harder for me to crank that thing. You have to be real careful cranking that because sometimes it kicks back on you. It can break your wrist or
Okay.
Just a warning.
There's a real man run this thing, right?
Yeah. I wish we had electric start on it.
That would be nice.
Yep, this book shows electric start.
So it was available, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't make them like this anymore.
No.
There's so much computer crap on them,
Yeah.
and you could never keep those things running for 80 years.
Yeah.
What's your favorite year and model of Caterpillar equipment? Let me know in the comments. All right, well, let's dig into it. I guess we can drain that valve in
Yeah,
the
let's
back
do that first.
It don't smell bad.
Let her drain a while.
Want to let that drain a while there?
Is that diesel?
That's diesel.
Okay.
Yeah, well, good. I'm glad you.
Yeah, it looks good.
That valve's just getting bad, I guess.
Yeah, just a little.
I drain that usually every week.
Okay.
So
All right, let's see
next
about.
thing is get the pony motor started.
Okay, that's going to be the challenge, right?
Yeah. Magneto down there, like keep it dry.
Oh, very good. There it is. No, it says it's on.
Oh, it's on
this
now?
is off. This is on. It says on.
Oh, maybe we had it off trying to start it. Maybe that's why it wouldn't start.
It's gonna fire right up now.
It was off. The arrow's up here. I thought this was.
Okay.
Okay.
Usually turn it up, turn it on.
It's even kind of brown. It's not horrible.
No.
It's
Isn't
full.
that amazing? All these years.
Yeah, it feels like that throttle's a little stuck, isn't it?
Yeah. Since we tried to start it, it's had good fuel in it. So I drained it all out and run it through it. But it seemed like we're just running right through and out the bottom when I...
Oh, so the needle and seat's probably stuck
So
on
they're
it.
probably stuck.
Should we just throw some gas in there and see what happens?
Yeah. Check the carburetor. We think it's maybe...
So did you just put fuel in the pony motor?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so this is the,
pony
it's got a
motor.
little tiny fuel tank up here for the pony motor.
Okay.
So we put fuel in the pony motor. Hopefully it's running down the carburetor, but
Yeah,
it's starting to get
take
wet.
that off there and see if it's running out. It was running out when we checked it before.
Oh yeah, we got fuel to there.
So it's going in the carburetor. We might be lucky if everything afloat and the valves are unstuck. You know, after putting good fuel in
We
it.
might luck out, right?
If it don't, I would think that'd be the next thing. Okay, you got insurance in case you break your arm.
Yeah, I got insurance.
Up on top. See that shaft
Oh,
there?
that goes there.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess it goes clockwise, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't really have a release, does it? That's why it kicks
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Oh, push down.
Down.
Okay. Okay, there we go.
Push down on. You have to be careful, kid.
Okay, the first thing that's got to happen to make this start is we got to get the pony motor running. If you don't know what a pony motor is, it's basically a little gas motor. You get it running and then it cranks over the big diesel motor. So that's the first thing we got to do is get it running. We've got some gas in there. We've got the magneto turned on and we're trying to crank it. So this one is a hand crank, so it's a bit of a beast. And so yeah, we're gonna crank on it for a minute and see if we can get it to pop over.
This makes me a little nervous.
It's not even trying, is it? You want to shoot a little starting fluid in there, and I guess we could check for spark.
Yeah.
Make sure we got spark.
That'd probably be a good idea.
Let's do that. Yep.
Yeah, there's spark.
We got spark, so that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Feels like we got compression, we got spark, so we got a fuel problem. So let's address a couple of those issues. Maybe we can get this baby running.
Well, spray a little stuff.
Okay, we'll spray a little, see what. This is probably where it gets a little dangerous. I don't know, it's not even trying. All right, let's give it a little bit more. Give it a little bit more of a shot. This starting fluid, you don't know too much, not enough. So I got an idea to turn this over faster. If we could figure out kind of how to make a square drive socket and just put a impact. I've got an impact on the truck. If we could just go, it's like square drive to square drive. We could just stick that impact over there on it and just let it spin.
Oh.
We put a shot of starting fluid in there and we can't even get it to pop over a little bit. Looks like we got good spark, so it should at least pop. So we're gonna pull these spark plugs and see what we got going on there. And yeah, try that. Smells like old fuel. But that's, yeah.
It did have that old fuel been sitting there.
It's got compression. I don't know how much, but it's got some.
We got compression, we got spark. That's a big socket for spark plugs.
Yeah, they're
cool.
They're 7/8. Like typically the modern spark plugs are either 5/8 or 3/16, 13/16. Sorry. See if I can convert this to something more better.
Safe and easier.
Safe and easier.
That would sure be it.
So the hand crank is a bit of a beast, and to be honest, I'm a little afraid that it's going to kick back and break my arm, and then I won't be able to work for a while, and that would be bad. So we're going to try to convert this to, well, basically what I'm going to try to do is get a socket on there, and then put my impact gun on there, and see if I can spin it over with my impact gun. Well, you might own my socket now, but
Don't pay you for it.
no, horrible idea. It's not good enough.
Is it too much for the impact?
Yeah, so my socket started slipping a little bit, so it should at least pop off of that starting fluid, I would think.
That's what I thought.
Like,
too.
do we not have enough in there?
Probably not enough, yeah.
Okay, so my impact idea was an epic fail. I don't think it had quite enough power, and it was slipping anyway. So we're gonna try a little bit more starting fluid on it. See if we can just at least get it to pop over, and then go from there.
Did you turn the fuel back on?
I didn't. Think we ought to.
Yeah.
I think it would run off that starting fluid for
Oh
at least
yeah, I see what you mean.
with a pop.
Try that first, yeah.
Yeah. I think probably ought to take that carburetor, see what we got. We know we've got compression and we got spark. I poured some starting fluid in there and still nothing. I can't even get it to pop, do nothing. So I'm gonna pull this carburetor off, see if we got any kind of weird restrictions where it's not getting any air, and see how bad it is. Take a look at it. The throttle plate feels like it's stuck wide open. So I think maybe if we can get that to shut a little bit, we might have a little bit more success.
At least I'll be free to do what I want, you know. So you can see some junk in it.
Yeah, it's just a little corroded.
It's 84 years old.
Like, almost feel like I'm touching a piece of history here. It's a little intimidating.
Yeah.
This is the oldest thing we've done so far.
Yeah, it is.
Ish.
It's the oldest thing on the farm.
Yeah.
So my father-in-law had a, what year did we figure that was? Probably about a 42.
It was like a World War II era truck.
Yeah, it was
so
a World War II era truck.
like
I
43 to 45 or something.
think, yeah, that's the oldest what we've had on the channel. We got it running. It was, the motor was a little seized up on it. Had to crawl under there and get a pry bar on the flywheel, and it popped free, like pretty easy. So, but yeah, she ran. We drove it around. My wife got to drive it, so it was her dad's truck, you know, and so that was kind of cool for her. Yeah, we gotta hurry and get this done before we lose our shade.
Yeah.
She's gonna be a warm one today.
Yeah.
Ooh, I just got a hit of that. Wow.
Ooh. Oh wow, that is strong. That's like hairspray.
That's probably a little bit of starting fluid, a little bit of old gas.
All gummed up in there probably.
Look at that.
How's it look?
All right, there's a choke. It looks a little gummed up right now. Choke still kind of functions. If we get that throttle on the bottom, that might be broke or something, because it's where it's. I don't know. We'll figure it out here in a second. Let's get into it a little bit more here. See if I can pop these loose. That one was tight. That one also tight. Trying not to mess up the bottom of this carburetor. Just kind of wedging into my vise while I'm popping these free. And the big thing will be getting this apart without messing up the gasket. If we mess up the gasket, it's not the end of the world. We'll have to build another one. But it's gonna suck. So I think that's an oil bath. So there should be oil in the bottom of it, but it might just be all varnished up and who knows.
How's it look?
It's not horrible. Those are the floats and the Neyland seat.
Yeah.
Don't know if those floats still float, but we can figure that out. Well, it's not horribly bad. I think our biggest fight is just going to be getting that throttle. You can see the rust down there on that throttle plate. So if we can get that free, get it cleaned up a little bit. The gasket looks like it's going to survive.
Now that valve under there, that's supposed to.
Yeah, the
when
Neyland
that comes
seat.
up, that
Yep.
I don't see anything moving. But
Let's see if this works.
smell like varnish.
All right, if it's down, it's working.
Okay.
It's working.
That's so cool. Like after 80 years, that
Yeah.
It
still
still
works.
functions. Everything properly works. All right, let's work on this throttle. Let's throw some gunk down this other way. It's not letting any out the bottom, so it probably wasn't getting any air in through there.
Oh.
It should come up through the idle passages, but if the idle passages are also plugged with gunk, we probably just wasn't getting any air.
Oh.
Yeah, it's holding that fluid pretty good.
Yeah.
That was probably the issue, or one of them.
That was definitely one of them. That's a pretty easy one to resolve. Where you been? Where'd you go?
Where'd you go? If it's stuck wide open, is that why it runs so fast when it starts?
So it's stuck shut, so it should barely idle.
Yeah, and it don't. It
It just
wide
runs
open.
right open.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why it would do that. Unless it's just dripping gas, like if it was bypassing the needle and seat and dripping gas, then it would run pretty hard. It's pretty stuck. But then again, the last time, maybe this got stuck between the last time and you ran it and now, you know. And so maybe it was wide open throttle before. That would kind of make sense. I don't want to get real carried away with this. But I need you to break free, sweetheart. I'm gonna let that sit for just a couple minutes so I don't bend that throttle plate. Maybe it'll free up a little bit. Okay, it's moving, just barely. So if we can get this freed up, there's just still a lot of gunk in there. And this throttle plate's probably a little bit seized up. So we're gonna work it back and forth, get it cleaned up a little bit. We should be good to go, I hope. Oh yeah, it's getting a little bit. This one side's really stuck over here though. I bet this side of the throttle plate's stuck. So the throttle rod goes all the way through, and then there's the throttle plate right in the middle. So I got this side moving, but it looks like this side's seized up, and there's not really a great way to get in there. Whew, she's stuck.
Oh.
Wow.
Did that come out of that?
Yeah.
Look at that pile of gunk.
That come out?
That come out of there. That was all behind that throttle.
That'll slow you down.
That'll slow down. So we can break up all the good stuff. It's just kind of.
It moves a little bit.
Well, it's only half the throttle is moving. The other half is stuck. So the way that this works is the throttle blade has 2 screws in it. And if you want to take the throttle shaft out, you got to undo those 2 screws, and basically you got to move the throttle wide open, move the throttle plate out of the way, and then you can pull the shaft out. The only problem is we're stuck closed, so even if I could get the screws out, I wouldn't be able to pop the throttle blade out because I can't get it wide open because it's seized up on the other side. So we're trying some penetrating lube and see if it'll work its magic and get that other side of the throttle shaft working. There's a possibility there might have been an air restriction, so we're going to put a little bit of starting fluid down in the intake to see if we can get a little pop out of it. The English language eludes me today. Oh yeah, there it is.
You got some kickback there.
Yep. Okay, something's happening now.
It looks like it's blown out some rusty dust or
Yeah.
something.
It blew something out.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
first
something
pop,
definitely happened.
first pop, it blew out some stuff.
Oh good. Yeah, I can see how a guy break an arm with this,
Yeah.
beast.
You gotta be careful. I've been lucky, but I try to be careful.
Okay, all other efforts have failed, so we're going to resort to heat. We're going to put some heat on this carburetor, see if we can get that throttle shaft to loosen up. Still, wow, that thing is... seized up. Dang it.
Is it moving more?
No, it's not
That's
even moving.
crazy.
That's got a lot of heat in it too. Afraid if I pry any more, I'm gonna bust that throttle. Okay, epic fail on that. I put a ton of heat in it. As you can see, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but the carburetor's still smoking. So I've given up on this throttle, but we're gonna put this back together. Hopefully we got enough throttle to make this run and start. So yeah, let's give it a go. Should we check the oil in the big motor just to make sure?
Can't hurt.
All you gotta do is find the dipstick.
It's over on this side.
Over on the other side. This one?
Yeah, that's it.
There it is.
How's it look?
That is like a serious dipstick. Well, it has some in there.
Yeah, and it says when you get it started idling, you check it and fill it while it's running
Okay.
to full.
All right.
It has oil in it, so. Hey, you're dusty.
That carpet's a little nasty, dude. You don't care.
You're in trouble, aren't you? Okay, we got the carburetor back on. It's not perfect, but we're gonna try to start it. Come on, give me some hope.
Turn the gas back on.
Yeah, gas is back on.
Choke on or off.
Choke's off. Try it on again, I guess. Need a little more starting fluid, maybe? I don't know. That should be plenty. Probably too much.
See if I can get a coffee on it. You got the spark thing turned on to on again?
I think so.
Like nothing's happening.
Nothing's happening. Okay, a little kickback.
Alright, stuff's coming out of the carburetor now, a little smoke. Or something.
Back toward you. But I done that, and it wasn't turning the flywheel. I was wondering.
It's grinding. It's not like fighting gauges. Okay, we got the pony motor running. Couldn't quite get the flywheel in gear to engage the big motor. Then we ran out of gas on the pony motor. So we got to start over. We're going to lube up the linkage a little bit. See if we can make it work a little bit better. And throw a little bit more gas in that pony motor and get her going. Is there anything back there we can lube to help it, or can you not even quite see it?
Don't hurt yourself.
I know. I wore me out trying to crank it.
Let's buy a starter motor for this.
Yeah, if you put one on it, it's your pay.
It's fueling some
Yeah.
because it's popping. Are we getting enough?
So the main motor didn't start.
No.
It was just trying to.
was trying
Okay.
It was
It's hard to
close.
tell what's going on.
It was close.
So, a couple things I think we're fighting here. I'm not sure we're getting enough fuel. Maybe the fuel filters are plugged. It's definitely fueling a little bit because it's smoking. And the other thing is we was in low, and I'm not sure that it's spinning the motor over fast enough. So we're gonna try to get it in high. Gonna try it again, and if that don't work, then probably mess with the filters, maybe bleed the injectors. It may be just trying to fire off maybe 2 cylinders and not all 4, something like that. But right now we're just gonna take a break because it's a little warm and we're dying out here. So this is real man work trying to get this thing running, and I'm not as young as I used to be. So
You're not. I'm not either.
so these are turning brakes, right?
Yeah.
Or are they clutches?
Well,
So
to
you,
turn, you have to push that and pull this one back if you want to turn to the left. If you want to turn to the right, you push this one in and pull this lever back.
okay, so
This is a gear shift, and this is a forward and reverse gear. So this one stops you.
what do you mean
You have
stops?
to pull that back. It's like a clutch
Oh, okay, okay,
to shift it in gear,
okay.
and then to go, you push it forward.
We're back from lunch. It's definitely hotter right now, but we're still gonna see if we can get this thing going. I've got some younger, stronger help now. So this takes real men to get this thing going. So we're gonna go at it again, see if we can get her going.
I'm only half a man now.
You're doing better than me. So this is how we start the pony motor.
Okay.
And it will kick back on you. So
And break
I
your wrist.
kind of get it on the compression stroke. Maybe I'll just see if I can get it started. And when it starts, it's going to be too loud to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after that, you kind of need to stand back here, and this one needs to go in, and you can push it in with your foot.
The top one or the bottom one?
So the bottom one needs to go in,
Okay.
and then the top one needs to go towards you to get it in gear. And before it was grinded when we were in high, so this is just to see if we can get it going.
All right.
And then after you get it in gear, you need to pull this one back out.
Okay.
Be prepared for that kick back. kind of get it on a compression stroke and just give it a good,
Please don't hurt yourself.
yeah, don't
not
fall,
to.
don't fall off the machine.
Don't break your arm.
So you got to kind of push it down
Okay.
to engage it. Yeah, there you go. Go, go, go. Oh, you gotta push that all the way forward.
So we need to come back further to get more RPM.
Get more fuel. If we clean that stuff out of there.
Whoa. That would take your foot out.
Yeah, if we could get that full throttle, it would.
This thing would be a
It
beast.
would really push. I mean, what throttle I had, I could push that blade clear full.
Well,
That's
look at all
crazy.
that dirt you moved, and that was nothing at all.
Yeah, we just idling.
This thing is just an absolute beast to drive. Once it starts moving, the blade's going like that and stuff, and but it's actually pretty smooth. Like, it's crazy how smooth it is. We probably need to get this clutch working on this right side, because just pulling it back and forth, we're getting a little bit closer and a little bit closer to the silo. But that's a project for another day. But this thing is freaking awesome.
Yeah, when we was trying to start that,
I think,
we thought down was
yeah,
full, but we shutting it off.
yeah, that's
So
exactly
when we
what
pulled
we
it
was.
back, then it started.
It's exactly because I was watching it fuel,
Yeah.
right, the smoke coming out, and I kept thinking I was throttling it, and the smoke would go away. So I thought we were over throttling it.
When you're my age, you forget things.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
after years.
Well, I would forget after a week how to run this thing. There's a lot going on here.
yeah.
This is cool. Okay, so this is LeGrand. He's actually the owner of this machine, and he was kind enough to let us come do a video on it today and kind of showcase this thing. So we got it back in roughly 80.
Yeah, in the mid 80s probably.
Okay, and you got it from your neighbor, right?
From our neighbor, it had 80 acres over here, and he had a scraper he pulled behind it to level that up.
So he farmed with it a little bit,
Yeah.
kind of like a farm tractor.
Yeah, he took the blade off and just farmed with it.
Okay, that's pretty awesome. That's a heck of a machine for a farm. I kind of digging through on the injector side. I think that this thing may have come from some kind of coal mine at some point, because they're coal, that when they're in the coal, they kind of get that film on them. That's the coal kind of stuff. So I don't know, just my thoughts. It may have come from a coal mine at some point, then made it to the farm, and then made it to LeGrand. So tell us about the pond you put in and the 3 miles of pipe. And
Years ago, we got permit to put a pipe up Little Salt Creek Canyon, 12-inch HDPE pipe. That's a pretty heavy-duty pipe. We run over it once with a tractor and flattened it. The next day it was back out. Anyway, we got a pond up here, a settling pond. It's a 20-acre-foot pond, and our pipe starts there and it goes up Little Salt Creek Canyon. It's about 3.5 miles total length, and I used this cat to make a road up there in places where I had to go through the oak brush and stuff. And then when the track hole dug the dirt, you know, they pile the dirt up along the trench, and then they put the pipe in, and then I went along with this and pushed all the dirt back in on the pipe.
like 3.5 miles of it.
That was a
That's
pretty big job.
a lot of pushing.
Yeah.
So what year do you think that was?
Oh, that was about 2000.
Okay, so it wasn't about 25 years ago. It
Yeah.
wasn't too long ago.
No.
Wow. Yeah, I'm kind of in love with the machine. I'm thinking I kind of want one. I have no idea what I would ever do with something this big, but just after driving it about 30 feet, I'm just amazed, and I love old equipment, and it's just a lot of fun. So we still need to probably address the clutch on the right hand side to get this thing turning back and forth. We kind of back and forth a little bit, and we're getting closer and closer to the silo, so we probably better stop right here. But hopefully we can come back, get that other clutch running, get this thing running again, and see if it'll really push. Just to put things into perspective, this blade measures 11 feet 6 inches, and we measured the tracks across the front, and that's 8 feet. So
If you measure the point here over there, it should be 12 feet.
let's try that. There it is, 12 foot.
12 foot.
So at
Holy
the bottom
cow.
it's 12 foot.
blade, yeah.
Wow. Cutting edge is even in good shape. It's not
Yeah.
horrible anyway.
Yeah, it hadn't been used all that much.
This has been awesome. It was cool to get it running. It was cool to get it driving. I'm in love with it. I want one. I have no idea what I would do with it, but I'd figure something out. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Are you gonna help me? Are you gonna help me, bud? Yeah. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Don't know what to say.
We're back.